All right, fire signs, your turn. I just did an air sign reading and seemed a little bit bigger than just a weekend reading, but whatever. It was more of a mid-October reading, but let's see where we go here with you guys, fire signs. What wants to show up for fire signs now? Curious to see, because you were definitely in that air sign reading. In the extended, I am going to pull some cards for Aries, Leo, and Sag. We do have a full moon in Aries October 9th over the weekend, so that's going to be a big deal. It is conjunct, I believe it's conjunct Chiron, 16 degrees Aries, and that is right in the middle of Aries. So this is going to be about releasing any kind of releasing and healing, doing some healing work, doing some releasing work. You have Mars in Gemini, so there can be a sense of a lot of directions making themselves available to you. But I feel like just stay in that high vibe and try not to, especially you fire signs, just try to be aware that, this can be a time of, with Chiron right there with the full moon, you could lash out at somebody. So do your level best to really stay in high vibration and count to 10. Okay. Do your level best about that. Your greatest joy pollinates the world. Oh, I like that. You are perfectly imperfect. The energy of perfectionism showing up here. Usually doesn't show up for fire signs. A light grows brighter only by lighting another. Good. So I think you might be doing something about your greatest joy. So you might be stepping into your mission and purpose. All right. And because the perfectionism has held you back up until now. Okay. And we don't have a lot of time to screw around anymore. It's sort of like, hey, listen, when you shine your light, you're helping other people to shine their light. So you got to remember that it's not just about me and my house and staying in my lane, I guess. But by shining my light, I'm attracting other people to the mission, or I'm showing them that love exists in the world. High vibration love exists in the world. Whether or not my twin flame is with me, I'm expressing the energy of that mission. Okay. And let's see where we go. So I would go back. If you watch I'll put a little note here, watch the air sign readings. And if you're looking for your October reading, there's another one. Okay. I've put all of the October readings into one handy dandy video. All right, darling. Underneath is the 5 of Swords. Woo! I don't like that. Magician. I know that's Mercury. So there's some Gemini energy there. 4 of Swords. And here we go with your fire sign. All right. So I'm going to say this to you. I feel like you're finally moving forward, or you're going to finally move forward after healing from, there is some manipulation going on behind your back. It may be not a person or a friend or a life partner or your parents or anything like that. It may be bigger than that. It may be like cosmic screwing around. Okay. It could be a company doing things behind people's backs. It could be the energy of social media messing with your head. There's a lot of things. I feel like this is bigger because we just had Mercury go direct. And so now we're seeing that there has been subterfuge. There's been an unfair, someone with their finger on the scale, okay, something unfair. And I feel like we're really healing from that. And there's no more staying in it. We don't want to stay in this energy of, I'm better than you, or haha, I got one over on you, or I'm making you dance on the end of my string. We're not doing that anymore. We need to heal from that. We also need to heal from blame, from blaming, from victim mentality. We need to heal from that and move on from that, because there's always going to be people on this planet. That's what the 3D experience is about. There's always going to be people that have an agenda opposite yours or wanting to stop you. Now, part of the spiritual path lesson is to be in higher vibration and get out of that right? Like this, the outer circle of Dante's Inferno. The outer circle. Yeah, it's the outer circle. It's not the inner ones. Okay. It's just the top one. So you haven't really gone down into it. Read Dante's Inferno and you'll know what I'm talking about. Hierophant, Judgment, Seven of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Three of Swords, Six of Cups, Ten of Wands, Seven of Cups, Two of Wands. I feel like I've lately, what's been calling to me is to jump right to this end part. So some of you know my spread here. Let me see if I can make this a little bit better for you. This is me, this is you, and this is us. This is before, now, and the future, right? So I feel like there was some kind of expression, some kind of deal with you and another person. Could be a Taurus, could be a Gemini, or an unspoken, unwritten, like, this is just the way it is. You got to follow orders. You got to follow what I'm doing. You have no choice. And I think that created a situation of overwhelm. I feel like there's a lot of you who are wanting to break free of that. The Three of Cups is an energy of celebration. So kind of seeing when the Judgment card comes in, kind of, oh, wow, I've got the answer. I don't have to sit in this anymore. Now I know what to do. I love it. So some of you are breaking off from an old way of doing things, especially if you felt like this recently. Some of you are breaking off from that in this energy of Aries full moon. There can be, especially with its Chiron connection there can be this desire to sort of lash out, and you guys are fire signs, so you're going to need to be extra careful. You and the air signs need to be extra careful about blasting somebody or something. So for example, let's say you've been working at a company and you're kind of always getting your stuff stolen, your ideas stolen, or you're getting constantly put down or given the bad projects, or constantly being squashed, and your boss suddenly leaves. And all of a sudden, you are being seen, you're getting better projects, and you're like, oh, that person was screwing with me. It can be something bigger, something more global. It can be a way of being in the world that has been oppressive. So social media can be kind of oppressive. They have their own rules, as we know. And, they've definitely not been helpful recently. Definitely not. So please like this video. Please like this video, because there's definitely some kind of finger on the scale. Just saying. And not in a good way. So I feel like here you're breaking that off. You're finally seeing it. You're no longer confused by it. You've finally gotten the information, and you're like, I do think there's going to be a little sense of like, oh God, why do they have to do that? Why? All right. Why do we need to do that? And I feel like there's a little bit of, gosh, I put so much time and effort into this relationship or into my work, and my boss was just really holding their hand on my head so I wouldn't be seen. I've done so much for this relationship, and all they wanted was my money or my time or my cachet or something like that. And I feel like there's this little pause, this Seven of Pentacles of like, wow, now things are going to get easier. Okay. Things are going to get easier and more joyful. This beautiful Six of Cups energy comes rushing in. I feel like there's a fun, once there's this kind of like, wow, no wonder this has been going on. Now we get set up to make some new choices. I like that a lot. Okay. Let me see, because you are needing to shine your light brighter, and someone has been holding a basket over you. Someone or something, for whatever reason, for their own reasons. King of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Empress. All right. I saw this in the air sign reading too. I feel like there's a person that's coming in, somebody who is likely a water sign. I have Libra here and I have Taurus here for a commitment. And I feel like they're very inspirational to you. I feel like they bring a lot of new ideas, a lot of fresh energy. This could be a new boss, or it could be a new way of doing what you've been doing that isn't going to be so hard. It's going to move, right? We've got Mars in Gemini. That's fast moving energy. The full moon in Aries, we're releasing pent up rage. So please do that safely. Okay. And I feel like the energy of Venus is here with the Ace of Cups. And it just feels more nurturing, more natural, more kind, more generous, more gentle, and not so hierarchical and masculine. No offense to the masculine, just saying, like, in this instance, the masculine is like all about the hierarchy, and we're healing from that. Can masculine be dynamic without being hierarchical? Yes, they can. And we can too. We are masculine and feminine coming into union inside of us. And so can we blend our Venus energy with this masculine? The King of Cups says yes to me, because this is a feminine water, right? Water energy. It's a feminine element, and in the masculine with the king. So this is somebody who, it could be a person who has a lot of feelings for you, may not have said it. They might come in very quietly and make some recommendations. This could be a boss who has a lot of compassion and empathy for people, not a hardcore person that you might have been dealing with in the past, or a hardcore energy of I'm getting mine, I don't care what happens to you. All right, we're not doing that anymore. So lovely, luckily, we now get to make a choice. We're being offered a lot of new things here, fire sign, and we now get to make a choice. All right, so let's see where we go. I will pull cards for Aries, Leo, and Sag to give you some individual guidance. It may have a lot to do with the reading, or may have nothing to do with the reading. That's what I'm noticing. All right, my darlings, link is below if you want to continue on with me. I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.